What's up, B2? Capital G here. Got some fusion-centric duels for you guys to check out. These are going to be revolving around the one and only Super Polymerization. This card, in my opinion, is just going to be more and more useful as time goes on. Not just because of the plays with Violet Chimera and Starving Venom, but we're getting a good fusion, or we're getting a good Super Poly target in the Duelist Pack 22, as well as just, a couple of fusion archetypes getting support in DP 22. Predaplants getting more support, as well as Evil Heroes. Those decks will be running multiple copies of this card, or at least one copy of this card. And I don't know, I feel like Super Poly is just going to be like incredibly useful going forward. So you can see Lonefire Blossom. Guess he could technically go Ortho Scorpio, and he may be actually able to search like a second Super Poly right here if he does go into Darling Cobra. Let's see if he does something crazy like that. Nope, he's gonna actually search the Neos fusion. I like it. He's going for that spicy Duel Links meta, and he is going to go for a Rusty Bardiche. He does get his copy of Fog Blade. I wish he would have went for double Fog Blade. I don't quite understand. Well, I guess he wanted to Allure Darkness. Okay, maybe I guess that makes sense. He wanted to use Boots for Allure Darkness, and I guess maybe have his copy of, I was going to call this Ash Blossom for some reason, maybe have his copy of Winter Cherries Live, but he could have technically went for a second copy of, I guess he could have went for a second copy of Fog Blade. On second thought, I guess he has to keep the cherries in his hand if he wants to use Super Poly. Anyways, Allure Darkness is going to be played by his opponent, who's playing Thunder Dragon, or Dino Thunder Dragon, however you want to say it. He's going to search with Oviraptor. Actually, no, he doesn't search. He actually is just going to drop in the graveyard. He's going to go for double evolution pill. That's going to be met with Solemn Judgment. Nightmare Phoenix is going to be used, but it's going to find Called by the Grave, which is going to banish the Thunder Dragon Dark. He is going to banish his Giant Rex. Now he's going for Nightmare Unicorn. This is where he's going to use one of those Fog Blades, or the only Fog Blade that he has. And now, after going into Colossus, boom, hit him with that Super Polymerization. The standard play of going into Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. And we all know that, he doesn't have anything to respond with. It's actually, see, this is why people drop this card right here, the Thunder Dragon Matrix. It just sits in his hand dead. It didn't do anything the entire duel. Imagine if this would have been, I don't know, some type of like good extender or something like that. Maybe he would have actually been able to survive, although it would have been difficult to clear his opponent's board with the Starving Venom, knowing that it probably would have blown up whatever he would have summoned. Real talk, I did not expect the Brave Neos to actually survive that turn, but it actually does. So shout outs to the Duel Links meta. Anyway, second duel. This one is actually going to have Predaplants in it. It's at the top. He's playing against Cybers, which most of the time Cybers just kind of go for these like really scuffed extra links. They're not very good in my opinion. They're nowhere as good as, they're nowhere as good as the ones you see from like a deck like maybe Spiral that will routinely have like they'll have like Sleeper on field with the protection of like the fully armored, plus they'll have like a Nightmare, or not just Nightmare monsters, but they'll have like a Trigate, Negate, and stuff like that. This is actually going to be a little different. Truth be told, I actually think that this type of field is better. It doesn't look as good, but I think it is as good as like an extra link, although it doesn't stop your opponent from using the extra monster zone. What this field does is, since he has links, and then he has the Cyberse Quantum Dragon, as well as the Cyberse Magician, he really did just go for basically a Yuya, not a Yuya, he basically went for a Yasaku or a Playmaker field. Since he has both of these and he has a link, his opponent cannot target any of his monsters on the field with card effects, and he also can't attack any of his monsters, because these guys both say that you can only target and you can only target and attack these guys, but since you have two of them, he can't basically do anything to the monsters. He can still use a board wipe, like if he had some type of I guess Storming Mirror Force or something like that. But Super Polymerization does clear everything out. I was so actually triggered for this guy, the Cyberse player, when I realized that all three of his monsters were randomly dark attribute. That is so unfortunate, because it allows Predaplants to go into their new Super Poly tool, and this card requires 3 dark monsters on the field. So you will start seeing seeing people play this, because against decks that do run a lot of dark monsters like Orcus, It's very easy to get off. Plus, unlike Starving Venom, this guy has built-in negation as well. He is going to fusion summon for that greedy Venom fusion dragon, and now it's as simple as attacking. And I don't know what his opponent's going to be able to do, considering he does have this disruption. He has Ladybug, which is cool, but if he goes into his extra deck, he'll probably just negate the summon using his new Predaplant fusion monster here. He did actually negate the Link Disciple. Now he's going for a Link 2. Even with him activating the Kodak or the Psynet Kodak, he knows he can't win, so he's just going to go ahead and scoop it up. I think the set card for the Predaplant player was actually a bluff. Let's see if it was a live card. Yep, it was a fusion substitute, so I guess he's hoping it just gets destroyed or something like that. But anyways, Super Poly, way too good to be overcome by either of the duelists, and yep, it's just a card that is going to be more prominent in the meta, and also for rogue decks as well. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.